Hey reseller friends, it's Yvonne. Going to do a quick little haul before I start listing. I entered Tanya's Thrifty Treasures listing challenge that she posted today on Facebook and IG. So my daughter's coming over again and she's going to help me. She's going to sit there and draft for me and help me with a little bit of research while I do photos. I don't pay her. She just comes over and hangs out with me to do that every once in a while, and I love it. But I mean, I try to give her some treats or something, you know, buy her something now and then. But she's just learning a lot, and she's going to pick her eBay store back up again. So she's learning a lot by helping me, and I appreciate it so much. It's just fun to have mother-daughter time too, right? Anyway, so while I'm waiting on her to get off of her job and come over and do that with me for a few hours, just a real quick haul of some things I got yesterday that are some bread and butter things, and then some things are just kind of interesting. Okay, so let's start here. Soft surroundings again. So I learned this from another reseller. I thought it was mostly just sleepwear, but it does seem to sell. So this is just a nice tie-dye silk. Not a kimono, just a little lightweight jacket. And if you probably already know soft surrounding, but here, let me see if I can get this up there. Yeah, it just says, you know, soft surroundings, okay? Okay. And this is very interesting. I talked about on the reseller stew. Let me pull this out too, okay? I want to show these two together. Hang on. I haven't listed it yet because I wanted to see if a couple other people wanted it. So let me pull this out first, because if you watched the reseller stew, then you saw me talk about this new to me label. This is like a higher end Western wear, kind of like Scully. Scully's an older label, but it is Tasha Palazzi, if I'm saying it right, okay? So let me zoom in on this. And I don't know yet what all kinds of labels she might have, but when I saw it, it looked like a Johnny Was, right? With the embroidering. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And so I just grabbed it. I was actually on my way to the checkout. I said, ooh, this feels like quality, and it's linen. And so I looked it up real quick, and her stuff is pretty high-end Western wear. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to start this out today. Probably around this shirt. It's not like a big dress or fancy jacket. I'll probably just start it around 50 and see. I like to start higher, okay? I'm not super quick flip. I'm not long tail except for a few wear items. So I'm okay with giving things a couple of months. I really am. I'm okay with that before I start marking it down. Sometimes I'll start in a couple of weeks, and sometimes it depends on how seasonal something is. And sometimes I'll just be patient and wait for the right person. Especially on something like this, it's either going to have a following that has their notifications set, and I'm going to start getting offers right away, or it's going to be something that has to wait for just the right person that likes this, and the size matches. So the reason I want to show these together is then I found this new to me as well. This is just a little country Western prairie type dress. I thought maybe it was vintage or going to be a repop of vintage with one of the new labels for the rockabilly subculture. Like, who am I trying to think of? Gosh, why every time I do these, my mind goes blank on these other things I want to say. Okay. Oh, like Lindy Bop, Bernie Dexter. I can't think of all the other ones, you guys. Okay, anyways, this is, I'm going to try it, Marika Knack. Let me show you this label. I don't know what all other labels, because I just am new to this. But I went ahead and paid $7.99 for it, because when I did take a moment to look it up, I went to her website, and oh my gosh, her stuff is so expensive. When reading in her bio, I don't know if it'll show on my phone. Let's try that. It's even if it shows, it's probably going to be reverse, right? Okay, so Look it up when you have a chance. Look up the solds on eBay and look up her website if you're interested. It's really interesting. Her clothing is high end, and she, in her bio, she talks about being influenced with old westerns and then of course rock and roll. So you can see that. It has that Stevie Nicks vibe if you're old school. If you're a millennial, Florence and the Machine, think her kind of style, that romantic boho western kind of mix. She does a lot of that, and it is very expensive. That dress isn't as ornate and the mixture of like the velvets and the different laces like some of her items are. But so I'm not sure. You'll have to just check my store. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that one. It's not one of the more complicated pieces. Okay. It's fascinating. I love that kind of clothing. Being kind of a 70s rocker girl, I like that kind of clothing myself. So, all right. So, Adidas. I like my athleisure, my athletic wear. Lululemon is my favorite, of course. I said before. Lorna Jane. I do great with Kyodan. You don't get as much for it for your average piece of Kyodan, with the two Ks kind of backward is their logo. But especially their training pants and their ruched pants, they sell great for me. That's one of my personal favorites in my wardrobe too, actually. So if it's my size, I keep them. If not, I sell them. So, okay, Kyodan, think about the price range of like Lucy and Athleta. Unless it's something really, really hot, you might can inch up a little bit. But anyways, this is Adidas, so I will do some Adidas too. The reason I chose these were only $3.99. I don't know if you can see, they do have the nice logo on them, thank goodness. So that's good, right? Okay, on the side. And let me see if I can go slow. Okay, you kind of see that shininess. First I thought, well, that's not really that attractive. And these sure are tight like a girdle. Well, that's because these are the tech fit, and those are designed on purpose to create a compression. Back up a minute, my light's getting crazy. That's intentional. It creates like a compression for athletic training. So that makes these a little bit more expensive than your average just pair of, leggings. These are more functional. So I went ahead and got these for sure. I think I can get about 36 or so for these. I think that would be a good fair price, not quick flipping it and ruining the market, but not sitting on it for too long. So, again, I was put off by that shiny black stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Well, I learned something new. Again, that's part of the compression or training. Okay, this was fun. I don't like to do a lot of hats, but if they're really interesting, I'll pick it up. And I kind of just was going to get this for myself. My daughter was with me, and it's just the Colorado, and it's the mountains, and it's got our symbol on it. I got to go a little slower. I forget these cameras sometimes, the autofocus. And it's just really cute. And I thought, well, it's only $2.99. I don't get it. It's super clean. I don't think anybody wore it. And so I hand it to her to look at, just to look at because she's kind of has her phone out and she's looking up some labels for me, kind of see where things are at. And even though I didn't need her to do that, she's training herself. But she's like, Mom, this is a dispensary business. And so I'm like, what? I look closer because I'm in Colorado. Okay, so I've got some progressive stuff going on here. So on the inside, I don't know what this is called. I'm part of the Slash group on Facebook, Slash Slanging Lids, and I don't know what it's an acronym that the admin made up for that. Gosh darn it, I wanted to shout out to that. Okay, Slanging Lids and selling hats. Slanging Lids and Selling Hats, I think is what it's called, Slash. If you do a search, Slanging Lids, it should start to come up on a Facebook group. Some of my favorite resellers are in there. And anyways, they will know exactly what to tell me that this is called when on the flip, it's got something too. Or anyways, so looking closer, yeah, the snow-capped mountains. She said, Mom, that's a marijuana leaf. And it says Rocky Mountain Remedies. So in my area, this will probably sell. I might put it on Facebook and just sell it locally because it'll probably sell pretty quick like that. It's really cute. Not saying what I'm for and against. It just is what it is. We live in Colorado, and we are one of the states that has made it legal for recreational and medicinal. Not just medicinal, but recreation too. So I just thought this was cute. I used to watch this show. It's not going to sell for much. I don't do a lot of t-shirts anymore unless I can find something that's over $20 to $30. But there aren't hardly any. There's not a lot of these around, so I went ahead and did it. I don't know if you remember that TV show. I might just keep it, cut it up, turn it more feminine, and wear it myself just for fun. But every once in a while, I still buy a t-shirt if the graphics are pretty and clean. Of course, if it's a historic rock and roll event or any kind of event, really. So this is a Ron John. They're not worth a lot either, but I just really liked the graphics on the back. That tiki and then the rock and roll. So sometimes Ron John stuff can command a little bit more money. It's a surf brand, but probably not on this one. Just sometimes I have an artistic temperament, so sometimes I see things and I'm like, oh, that is so pretty. Like, it's just so pretty. I just can't leave it. And sometimes it's a label that I haven't sold yet and I hear other people talk about, and I just want to have that under my belt. Like, hey, I sold that too. I can give you an example of something that I did that on right now, because it's not going to bring a lot of money, but this is Brandy Melville. This is her line, and it says "Stay Weird" upside down. So I've been seeing a lot of Brandy Melville stuff in the stores. It's a little bit, it makes me think of a mall brand or like Forever 21, but it is a little bit better quality, and that's why her stuff does sell a little bit higher. I mean, she uses like viscose and things like that in her fabric contents. So she does get a little bit more for what looks like just a cheaper, affordable, mall brand shirt. Not quite like Wild Fox or anything like that yet, but kind of in the middle of that. And I just wanted to say that I sold one too. So I think I already have this up. It's not going to get very much. It's been washed and worn. It's one of those things where it only cost me a little bit, and I just kind of, this is the ego trip. I just wanted to say, hey, I sold one of those too. I still need to steam this. This is a Nike, and I love it when they're collabs. I just think that helps. This is a nice thermal shirt too, but see, it has the Olympic embroidered on it. So okay, I paid about $3.50 for this. This is old school, very late 80s or 90s. I paid $1.50. It's in great shape. The graphics are clean. When you stretch this open, it is not crinkled. Sometimes these will look great, but when you put them on and it stretches a little bit, then you can see how it's all cracked and crinkled. And that does not make a happy customer, I can tell you. That's happened to me personally buying, and I was not happy. It looks great in the picture, and I didn't think to ask her, what happens when you stretch it. Just a little dance crop top, very late 80s, 90s. I only paid, what I say, $1.50. I'll probably put it up for retro. I'll probably put it up for about $20 and take anything over $14 to $16. Again, just kind of one of those things where that's so cool, I'm not leaving it behind. The label is Urban Groove. This is the anthropology piece, excuse me. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. It's beautiful. Revi. You know how it is. We see things, we read things, we don't always hear them said. Okay, Anthro piece, look how precious. I know it's a sweater. That's okay. I'm not too season snobbish like, because it's hot or cold somewhere all the time. But look, it's a very loose knit, and look at that back treatment, that little romantic lace. That's just beautiful. So yes, on that. I even paid up for this. I think I paid about $5 or $6 for this. Um, I wish it was a little bit larger size. It's a medium, so that's workable. I'm probably going to try to start to get about 30. Anthro stuff is iffy, but this brand and the label hierarchy is still hanging in there pretty well. And that's just so cute, right? So that's the back actually. So I'm going to try that and see where it goes, and then, give it a couple weeks at that price. This is a vintage dress. I've sold this label before. Alfred Shaheen. Forgive me if I'm not saying it right. Let me go slow and come up and show you this. That's his name. He is known. I'm not a vintage person, okay, but I know a little bit. I've sold this before, but he is kind of famous, and I don't know whether to say 50s or 60s, forgive me, for being called like the print master of that time period. So this is in great shape, super cute. It's only about $6. I'll probably put 40 on it, start at 40. We'll see how it goes. I can't, I hate to say it's going to bring this much, because, it makes all of us mad when we get that in our head and like, okay, they didn't even sell it close for that much. So I'm just telling you about where I'm going to start and see what happens, and then things kind of go on sale if they sit for a while. Some things I'll promote through Pinterest or other specialty websites. Like this is vintage, so I might do some extra promoting on this piece. New to me label, Simply Couture. But it sells about like soft surroundings is what it makes me think of, about that price range. So for this particular piece, I think I already have this up, as a matter of fact. I'm going to try to get somewhere around 28 or 30 for it. Okay, I think I can do that with this particular piece based on comps of this label. So again, I noticed it was like about the soft surroundings crowd and that price range in resale in the secondary marketplace, which is us on eBay and Poshmark. This was handmade out of a Poshmark scarf. Poshmark scarf. Hope I'm saying that right. Somebody handmade this, but it's really cute and boho. So let me slow down for a minute. Very cute. It was a scarf. They put the fringe in the front. I've already listed this. I went ahead and paid $5 for it because, again, artistic temperament. I love art and creating things, and I saw this was homemade out of a Poshmark scarf. So I wanted to sell it and find a new home. It's already listed. I can't remember exactly how much I put it up for. I think I started this at 38. Sorry guys, I should be more prepared, right? But you guys, go look at my store. I'm so okay with that, because if I'm watching you and your hauls and you sharing, I'm gonna go look at your store and check it out, and follow up. So I don't care. So Victoria Harbor, this reminds me of like storybook knits that are famous for their themed shirts and sweaters. Let me back up, the light's weird. That are famous for like those themed shirts and sweaters. Not as high end as like Michael Simon can get sometimes, but I have sold some storybook knit. If the theme was right and it was good and clean shape, I have sold those for like up to $50. The Victoria Harbor, this is just a t-shirt, more like a t-shirt top. You know what I mean? It's not just a t-shirt, more like a t-shirt tunic top. Everything's nicely embroidered and patchwork. I just like the theme on this one. I wouldn't pick it up based on just any theme, but I like the motherland theme. The London Buckingham Palace, fish and chips, some other iconic symbols. I guess that's that Big Ben clock. Is that it? Is that over there? Yeah, okay. So anyway, and it was new with tags. So I went ahead and paid $5.99 minus a senior citizen discount because my dad was with me. My dad's usually always with me. You guys know I'm a caretaker, right? So my dad's still very mobile. He's health-wise, that's fine, very mobile, so he goes with me. So they let me use his senior citizen discount. It's so sweet. And they always check on him. Some of the girls know him and they check on him. It's so cute. LuLaRoe. I found another LuLaRoe. So most of us know to do that, right? I don't even need to do this, right? You know LuLaRoe tag when you see one. But just in case, you get this right. Yeah. You know, when we all know what it looks like. This one is the Carly dress. High-low hem is what I put in it. Carly dress. I think I started this at $38 because it is a small. The print is okay, black, gray, and white, kind of a geometric tribal, I think is what I put in the title and the description. I started this just at $38. There are a lot of Carly dresses out there. They're selling, you know how that is with LuLaRoe. Depends on the fabric. Some things are unicorn and like you're going to get a top dollar for resale, even if it's used. This one just seemed like, just a nice basic fabric. So I'm like, I just want to sell it. $38. It's getting lots of attention. It's only been up for a couple days. I'm sure it'll be sold here soon. I didn't do auction on it. I just did buy it now. I very rarely do auctions. Sometimes older items I'll relist and do auction to use up my 250 free auctions as well if I'm out of my other listing allotment. So I've been doing what's called last call, and I'm going to make a new store category for that and trying to run some things through. I really hesitated on that because I worked so hard to get my ROI up, or my average sale price, excuse me. Like I've worked really hard and I've got it up to, it hovers around 28 to 32 in the recent months. And I really like it there. And so I'm like, I don't know if I really want to run through clearance items. Maybe switch them over to the other store. I don't know. But for now, I got tired of trying to figure it out in my head. So I just went ahead and did some last call auctions. And I think I even sold one of them, like a skirt, for $3.50. So no free shipping though. So, I mean, I'll end up clearing like maybe 50 cents. But hey, I got my money back to go roll and buy something else, right? Instead of just throwing it away or redonating it. That's a struggle we all have. It's a hard call. Anyways, shoes. Oh, wait a minute. A couple more things and then shoes, and then I'll wrap this up. A nice Free People dress. I don't buy all Free People I see. Do not do it anymore. I did go ahead and pay up a little bit for this, $6, but it's really cute. It has the racer back in crochet. So very boho, very festival, very beachy. I've actually never seen this particular Free People label. They have a lot of different styles. Let me see. This has a lot of white on it, so I don't know if I can show it to you guys. Let me try real quick, okay? But it does say Free People, so. And I kind of recognize the style. So that was a different, I don't know if that's an older one, a new one, a special division. I've seen a lot of their labels, and I study websites. I study websites of other people that have amassed all this information of their favorite brands, and have all this great information. I mean, what's that one? Is it Shoe Manga that most of us go to for Anthro stuff and Free People? And then there's a Lululemon, 2 Lululemon girls that have everything Lululemon has ever done. Oh my gosh, I love them. Like, I should probably donate to their site because I have used them so much to find the names of things, because that will help sell if you can know the name of something. Okay, one more. So I thought maybe this was another Free People, because this is all happening all up in Free People and those kind of brands where they're taking thermals and Henleys and adding like lace and like romantic touches to it. The label was cut off, but I went ahead and got it, and I'm like, well, this is just too cute. I'll look it up in 2X. It's a larger size. I went ahead and paid $5 for it. A little flared tunic, raw edges. It's not a Henley, but it is in that lightweight thermal waffle fabric. And so when I got home and started to look at it, looked up, since the tag was missing, it wasn't a Free People. It didn't have the right RN for that. But I looked it up, and it went to, it gave me the overall umbrella company's name, then I dove into that name, and it led me to, this is a soft surrounding. Uh-oh, I'll have to put these on to tell you. Sorry, I cannot read that close up. 101 206. 101 206 was the RN number, and I can't remember the name of the overall company. It was Talcy something. But then when I Googled them, it showed the list of the labels and the brands that they make and do well with. So this is a soft surroundings. So I think I'm getting ready. I already photographed this and steamed it. I'm getting ready to put it up first, so it's hanging right here. My daughter will do the draft for me. I'll probably put it up at I'll probably start it at 38 and take around 28 or 30 is probably what I think that's going to do, because I found a small little tiny hole in the back. I sewed it up with matching green thread, but I do need to disclose that, so I'm going to have to price it accordingly, right, to be fair. Okay, a couple more things. I found some Converse black on black. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. I'm keeping these for me. I wear a lot of Keds. Just for fun athleisure wear, I wear the Keds, the leather tennis shoes, black on black. And these are Converse black on black, keeping for myself. Okay, but these are by Vince Camuto. Imagine, is that how you say it? Is it anything French? Imagina? I don't know. By Vince Camuto. I cannot hardly sell his clothing, but shoes still do well. When I first saw these, I was like, oh, another pair of Colleen Cordero. Oh my gosh, I've only found 2 pair of Colleen Corderos made here locally in the U.S. I mean California, and all the celebrities and socialites love her stuff. It's a nice little boho style too. So I thought that's what these were. Let me go slow. See, that's all leather. Isn't that so cute? Leather sole. These are in size 8B. I'm just telling you in case any of you girls want to catch these before they go up. Super cute. But they're Vince Camuto, and I think they're not going to bring as much as the label I thought they were, but this is my first pair of Vince Camuto shoes. I hope I'm starting around 40 maybe. I'm not sure on these, you guys. This is my first time, okay? Anyways, they're size 8B. I don't think anybody wore them, so if you want them before they go up, one of you girls, let me know. Hit me up on IG or Facebook or my Facebook group, 50 Shades of Reselling. I'm in a lot of the other groups. So I think that's about all the main goodies that I wanted to show you. So baby girl's going to be here any minute. I'm going to try to tidy some of this up, okay? I don't like to spend a lot of time editing. Come on, it's just us, right? It's just us watching each other's haul videos. Some people don't even like haul videos. I personally do, because I don't get to go shopping every day, right? So when I'm working, sometimes I like to watch a haul video of, some of my other reseller friends, because like I'm living vicariously, like, oh, like I'm having fun with you, like, oh, that's a great find. So, and quite often I still learn things, right? See you later, or I'll be watching one of your videos.